All right, Mr. Bowmanizer. Like I mentioned, I'm such a huge fan of yours. Your TikToks have been such a source of entertainment, especially while I've been cooped up at home, right? You studied theater and media production, and now you've channeled that into these amazing and hilarious TikTok videos.
What's up, MTV? Welcome to my crib. Okay, come on.
Many of them parodying reality TV. How excited are you that you've been able to, use your craft, but also entertain so many people during this time?
I feel very, very lucky. I feel like, I'm in a very, very privileged situation because I just graduated. So many of my friends are like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have nothing to do. And I feel like I've had too much to do almost. It's been very overwhelming, but I feel like it's such a unique experience because the amount of messages that I've been getting that people, I've been like making their quarantine and I'm making people laugh and it's getting them through. I feel as though I'm no doctor, but I'm still like doing my part to help, and it's been a life-changing experience.
I love it.
How would you say quarantine in particular has kind of, influenced your content?
When I started making TikToks, when I had the idea for these reality TV TikToks, I was watching Vanderpump Rules, like the Vanderpump Rules reunion, and I was sitting there and I was like, this is so dumb. This is so, like, whatever they're arguing about is like so minuscule.
This was one of the hardest times I had to go through in my life. My life is none of your business. You're a liar.
The way that you talked about her, like, oh, if I her.
Should we go there?
I think you should shut up.
And I sat there thinking to myself, well, like, I wish I had the time to be arguing with people about these minute problems. And then I was like, well, why don't I just make the time? Yeah. So that's where these reality TV videos came from. And then when quarantine happened, it was almost as if everybody had time to focus on these minute problems.
On the little things, yeah.
Yeah, your sister stealing your chips.
So I'm feeling a bit hungry and I go to get some of my chips. Alyssa, are you eating my chips? Oh my God, right now.
Enough.
I didn't know I was living with a delinquent anarchist.
Those chips were your day. That was everything to you. Like, why not get very upset over the top reactions, and I feel like people are really relating to that.
What's a behind the scenes secret we'd be surprised to know, like about your videos or the process of making them?
Ooh, a behind the scenes secret. They're not scripted. I don't script anything. I think people think that I plan it out, but really all I have is like the idea, the general idea. And we just improv things. I'll say things in the moment and I'm like, I cannot believe I just said that, but it makes so much sense.
Now there's a huge audience that you've built, right? And Flaunt Magazine even just named you one of their LGBTQIA+ TikTok creators, or trailblazers, I should say. I mean, what does it mean to represent that specific part of your identity?
Yeah, you know what? It's so weird. So weird. You know what? I'm Gen Z. I'm not old. But even when I was in high school, there was nobody on TV that looked like me, that was my sexuality, that sounded like me, nothing, even on YouTube. But now to be a TikToker, and my sexuality has never mattered. It's never even been a question. Nobody really asks me about it. I don't have to make videos about it. Just the fact that I, can be known for really anything at this point online, I think it's a huge step in the right direction. And I feel very, very privileged to be in this situation. It's very, very cool.
It's so cool. And obviously it comes at a time where there is a really low tolerance for any discrimination based on race, sex, gender, sexual identity, and when visibility really matters, And of course, LGBTQ is just one part of your identity. On your Instagram profile, literally the bio says, and I want to get this right, a Spaniard and a Jamaican walk into a bar, then they had me. Obviously that's a nod to your ethnic background, but like, how has all these different parts that make you kind of shaped your content? Or what you've set out to do just in life in general,
You know what? I have always been reminded that I was different my entire life. But I've never looked at it as a bad thing. Even when other people did, I never saw it as a bad thing. I always saw it as my differences make me very cool. Like my name, even my mom gave me, because my mom is an immigrant from Spain, and her part of Spain is like Celtic, so she gave me a Celtic name, Boman. I've never met another Boman. I feel like my entire life I've been living up to the name Boman. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
So I feel like I've always had this mindset that's, I'm different, but people love that about me. And if I believe in that, then hopefully I can convince others that they can believe in that in themselves as well. To also have been handed 1 million followers last month was like, okay, now I have a platform. What do I say?
Yeah.
And a lot of these issues, I mean, yes, I am biracial, but it's also like, I grew up in a white family, predominantly white family. I grew up with white kids in my high school. My friends are a lot of white kids. I was also being woken up to a lot of the realities that are in America and in Canada. So it was very, very challenging. I feel like I had to confront a lot of different problems, a lot of different things that I had never really thought about. Yeah. But it's been a journey. It's been a big journey.
Obviously, June is Pride Month, and as an LGBTQ plus trailblazer, what does Pride mean to you, especially during this time, especially this year?
Pride. You know what? If you had asked me last year, I would have said Pride is about twerking on the street during the parade and getting drunk and going to the club.
Yeah.
I've learned that's not it.
Part of it, but yeah.
That's part of it, but
it's evolved.
Yes. You know what? I think this Pride has been a very special one. It's been a very self-reflecting Pride and just realizing, you know, what it is that actually matters about being part of the LGBTQ community. And I think it just is about being proud. And for me this year, I feel like every other Pride has been about myself and been about my journey and learning about, you know, who I am. But I've also kind of realized this year that as much as it is about me, it's about showing everybody else that follows me, that knows who I am, that it's okay to be yourself. Yeah. And whatever you identify with, it's okay. And it's okay to open up conversations and open up spectrums and change the world.
What have you learned about yourself amid this crazy time, both dealing with the global pandemic, but also the current Black Lives Matter movement?
I used to think that people wouldn't ever follow me because I'm not. Yes, I am biracial, but I never thought I was Black enough. Yes, I'm queer, but I never really thought I was queer enough. But I have just kind of convinced myself of something that my mom used to say to me all the time that kind of just went over my head. And it's that, you know, you are enough, and that I should tell myself I am enough. People love me for me. And I think it's something that I've just learned is that I've been just really enjoying relating to people. Yeah. And learning that things that I've been going through in my day-to-day and the way I feel online and the way I look and the color of my skin, it's unique to me, but it's also the human experience. Everybody's going through the same things at the same time. You know?
TikTok has come under fire recently for what they're calling collaborative filtering, how that is impacting minority influencers. As
much as we want to say, like, you know, this is a TikTok issue, it's also an issue with the user too. If you're on TikTok and you're only seeing videos of white people, the app is going to continue feeding you things that it thinks that you want.
Right.
The best way to fight that, I think, is you have to start at the ground up. You have to go find Black creators, not just for the sake of finding Black creators, but just step out of your comfort zone, step out of your bubble.
What advice do you have for your followers and your audience who are really trying to find their own voice or their own place in this world?
This whole thing has been a learning experience for me. I realized that I wanted to act and I wanted to be a storyteller and entertain, and I've just gone straight down that path and never looked back. And in doing that, I've learned about how important my voice has been, and it's just about trusting yourself and telling yourself that you're enough.
Do you have your sights set on a career outside of TikTok? Like, what's next for you?
I'm working on my makeup palette.
He's gonna do a collab next.
Collab. No, I don't know. I have the goal keeps changing, you know?
Yeah.
One day it's like, I want to be an actor and I want to do very dark movies. But then the next day it's like, no, I want to watch my show actually turn into a show and see it on a streaming platform one day. I want to continue doing what it is that I'm passionate about, and that's storytelling, making people laugh, making people feel good, uplifting people. And then one day I'll have my fashion line.
There you go. Right. Exactly. And maybe the palette to go with it.